Exclusive is Cameo CEO Stephen Galanis. Stephen, wait a minute. Before we even get to that, celebrities have rushed to this site for years because they can make an extra coin here and there doing customized happy birthday to your dad or whatever it is. But Matt Gaetz, the former congressman, has just joined. Can you give us the backstory on that? When did he join?
Yeah, he joined not last Friday, but the Friday before. And he followed a very similar playbook that George Santos did. If you recall, George Santos had gotten expelled from Congress. The very next day, he joined Cameo. He was a revelation. He actually George Santos at the time broke Bon Jovi's record for biggest first day on Cameo ever. And Matt Gaetz came in with a lot of, very similar notoriety at the time, and his videos are awesome, and he's just continued to do well.
What's he charging?
$500, which is per pop. And just to put in perspective, average video on the site's $70. So to be able to command demand there, it's really, really impressive.
But George Santos has been on for a while. He's kind of become a meme. He's thrown out his personality big time on these things. And obviously, former congressman, disgraced, left Congress. But he's now making a lot of money. What is he charging?
He's done really well. They can change their price at any time.
At any time.
I think he's in the 100 handle, but I know he also does special edition ones in drag for like $300.
Okay, I think we have some video of George Santos doing his cameos, but this is really an interesting way of people making some money when perhaps they are down for the count. Both of these guys have left Congress. One not of his own volition, the other, Matt Gaetz, leaving because he thought he would be serving in a big position, Attorney General of the United States, but then stepped down because there was so much opposition to him. Tell me about the new program, though, that really enables anyone, not politicians or celebrities, to join.
Yeah, so 18 months ago, quietly, we launched something called Cameo X. This allows anyone in the world to just join as talent if they want to. Historically, there were three ways you could join the platform. One, my team could reach out to you if you were a person to note, if we thought there'd be demand. Secondly, if you're on the platform, you could refer somebody else and make them talent. And then third, they would apply and they'd say how many followers they had on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. We went back and looked at the beginning of COVID and saw there were over 100,000 people that had applied to join Cameo that we hadn't let on. And when we looked back at the data, many of these people would have been really valuable to our platform. So we missed singers that hadn't had their hit song yet. We missed SAG actors who maybe were auditioning and then they end up on a hit Netflix show. We missed athletes, college athletes that before NIL had joined, we didn't let on, and now they're starting for the New York Giants.
Well, let's show a person that we could say is a no-name up until now and who's actually bringing in a lot of money, and then you can describe what's going on here.
Hi, Liz. Bernie Kosar here, and I am absolutely excited to be doing this video right now. And I wanted to first wish you a happy birthday coming up on December 12th. You've gone from the Cleveland News to being the awesome, most highest rated female anchor in the business. And I love watching you on Fox, and even more so when we got a chance to hang out at the Super Bowl down in Miami quite a few years ago. And I misplaced your number. So absolutely check me out. And Liz, awesome congratulations on the birthday.
Bernie. Oh, my gosh. How much did the team have to pay for this? Am I going to get Bernie? I love Bernie Kosar. He's not a no-name. Oh, my gosh.
He's not a no-name. And one of the other things, too. By the way, happy birthday. I'm the 15th, so we're right around each other.
So is my sister, Holly.
But anyways, the thing that's really interesting is you asked the question about Gaetz and Santos, right? We've long been a place where people like Bernie, who are nostalgic, they're Hall of Famers, and maybe they're not getting paid the endorsements, they're not playing anymore. We've long been a way for them to continue to earn a living because people like you care so much about them still, and that's an amazing gift. What we were missing was the beginning of your fame curve, people that are emerging, and that's why by rolling these tools,
money on the table.
By rolling those tools out and being with them from the very beginning of their journey, we're part of their native creator stack, and we really help them earn a living.
Well, one of them, not Bernie Kosar, who is very famous. Bernie, I love you. And my team, that was such a nice surprise, is Mona the Puppet.
Yes.
Can we show some of Mona the Puppet? Now,
you got to see these.
Tell me about this, because Mona the Puppet is hauling in huge amounts of cash, correct?
Mona's done over $600,000 in the past year since joining.
Okay, do you want us to be quiet? All right, let's listen to Mona. Oh, okay, so can we just see Mona? How about that?
You got to see her.
Okay, so it's a puppet. And making $600,000 worth of cameos? I don't see a puppet here.
It's coming.
Okay,
Watch
oh,
this.
okay.
So
All right,
he also
so
has the little
waiting.
butterflies and
Little
the bees,
bee,
and
okay.
he sets the mood.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden,
Okay, Mona, you're making me wait too long for this. This is a, ah, there you go. That's, oh, wow, 600 grand?
yeah, and here's the crazy part. So I had not ever met Jamie, the guy that actually runs the puppet, till last night at dinner. He told me that for years he'd been reaching out to our team to try to get on because the puppet didn't have a social following. Every time he tried to apply or reach out, we never accepted
There's
him
AJ
on.
and Big Justice. They're big ones, I'm sure.
But again, people that were able to just come on the platform and join. Santos, the same thing. I woke up to emails a year ago on December 4th or 5th, a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, from all these reporters that are like, did George Santos just join Cameo? And because we'd opened the platform up quietly, my team didn't even know.
Let me just quickly ask you, though. Last year, you hit a valuation of about $1 billion. That has since come down. I think at your height, rather, it was 2021 that you were worth about $1 billion. But
Exactly.
you still have been raising money.
Yeah.
Any chance of going public at some point if this Cameo X really takes off?
Look,
Because you take a cut from that.
yeah, we take 30% of every video, so it's still a very
Nice margin.
viable business. And as you know, covering the public markets, consumer marketplace businesses really took a bath from their 2021 valuations all the way to 2023. In fact, I remember a famous slide that the bankers at Bank of America sent me was every publicly traded consumer marketplace business in Q1 of 2023, they were down 80% in valuation from their March 2021 value. So the nice thing is the business is profitable, will be EBITDA positive this year. The talent on our platform love it just as much as always. And we've still got big goals and hopes for this platform, and this is a big part of the story.
Oh, this is a great story. Thank you so much. And Bernie. Bernie should be in huge demand. My Cleveland Brown quarterback. Yes, Bernie. My telephone number is, write this down. I'm kidding. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Stephen Galanis?
Galanis.
Galanis. Great to have you.